Welcome to Ninethy Gaming.
Hello one, hello all. I know, another discussion video. What's going on? Today I'm making a video I didn't think I'd ever be making, but I'm kind of excited to. There's been a lot, and I mean a lot of information, circling around the world of Fallout, both in-game and in reality, about the subtle, slow return of one of its biggest, if not the biggest, antagonists, the Enclave. Shock, horror, a gasp. I know it's quite the surprise, I'm sure. Now, why am I making this video? Well, because I theorize that Bethesda and other sources have been hinting at these guys' return for quite some time, and now they're starting to put their foot on the gas, so to speak. Now, if you don't know who the Enclave are, first off, who are you? Second off, they're not the first, but certainly the biggest antagonist we as a player have ever faced. Now, the first major antagonist we've encountered in Fallout was Fallout 1's The Master, a weird, morphic, man-monster machine muty scum that wanted to reshape the world into a paradise of super mutant glory. It failed. However, you could argue that the Enclave came before him. We just never encountered them. The Enclave are, for all intents and purposes, what remains of pre-war America. Like a phoenix from the ashes, they rose back up to take power and control over the wasteland. But they're also another faction you might not know. New to the series? Only watched the Amazon show? Only played Fallout 4? Well, I theorize this was the Enclave. That's right, for all you little innocent liberty-drinking wastelanders out there, Vault-Tec is also the Enclave. Some of them just don't know it. Old world America reborn. Why did they want to cause the war? Did they cause the war? Did they push Vault-Tec to do it? And this scene certainly suggests it. However, that's not the purpose of this video. No, let's look into why I think the Enclave could be returning. There's no crack of a can today, I already opened it. Delicious. Bethesda told Amazon not to tread on ground they wanted to cover in future games. The same was said to Obsidian with Vegas. San Francisco could be on the table here. There have been a fair few TikToks and YouTube videos that explain this far better than I have, but I've seen them on this matter, often speculating that San Francisco could be where we're headed to in the next mainline Bethesda Fallout, which is interesting because we can speculate that the Enclave would have had bases throughout America, as proven by 76, though Modus had better ideas. However, while I don't think it's confirmed, I do remember reading that both Chicago and San Francisco had some form of Enclave detachment. So, if that is true, and we are heading to San, then I'm all aboard. The show mentions a denizen of the Enclave.
It is believed that a denizen of the Enclave.
An interesting choice of word, because this could mean one of two things: that it's a reformed prisoner taken from the Enclave, or an Enclave representative outfit has lost one of its members. If it is a prisoner, why even mention the Enclave here? Wouldn't they have all been but wiped out? It's weird to me that they'd even mention the Enclave at all if he's a prisoner, given that we have this line.
The Enclave's real?
Which could mean that the Enclave has once again become a shadow government, the boogeyman, nothing more but a ghost in search of a grave. So it's weird to name drop them here, saying, oh, an old Enclave member has escaped. To people who don't know what the Enclave is, it seems a little pointless. But then this whole scene and scenario doesn't scream Enclave, so who knows. I'm just saying it's weird to mention them here, like a name drop. Creation Club content. It's canon. It features Enclave remnants seemingly very well organized and equipped, taking on the Commonwealth with orders from a redacted HQ. As stated with this little bit here, Creation Club content can be hit or miss in regards to whether it's considered canon or not. However, including it in the base game with the new updated version of Fallout 4 and not much else really does seem to highlight the content involved, doesn't it? because including it in the base game means it's canon. Seems kinda weird to me that with all the other things alluding to the Enclave, then in the most recent timeline game-wise, we'd see glimpses of an organised remnant army. This terminal entry here is what interests me the most. They're stocked and organised enough to not only send a scouting party out to the Commonwealth, but several detachments fully kitted out, in search of missing property. That doesn't seem like something a struggling entity would do, to me. Also, there seems to be an organised hub from where these orders are coming from, so clearly someone's in control, somewhere. The popularity of Frank Horrigan, leading to speculation that Fallout 2 is being remastered. It's been rumoured for quite some time that Fallout 3 is getting a nice little polish up, a cheeky remaster, but I've also heard 2 other things on the web. Now please take this with a pinch of salt, I certainly do, but I figure it's worth bringing up because if it's true, then it adds to my theory that the Enclave are coming back. Microsoft need a new Fallout to be released as soon as possible to capitalize on the recent success of the show. This we know. So they've potentially got Larian Studios working on one game, and potentially, and this is the big potentially here, a remaster of Fallout 2. Given the massive popularity that is, it's a focus for them to try and grab, which again is very interesting because isn't Fallout 2 the Enclave game? The show shows a shadowy organization, the Shadow Government, overseeing Vault-Tec and the company conversation. Who do we know that up until very recently has lived in the shadows? The Enclave. Who do we know has had their hands deep in Vault-Tec? The Enclave. Vault-Tec really serves old America. And who is old America? The You get my point. In conclusion, when looking at all forms of media, and where the Enclave's presence has certainly crept back from being mentioned in passing to being full-blown seen with our own eyes, this is a very heavy-handed hint that they're restructuring and reorganizing. There's just too many things that seem to all be pointing in the same direction. The return of America's so-called liberators, the securers of the wasteland. Some might say that
the future belongs to the Enclave.
Anyway, let me know what you think down below. You want to see the return of the Enclave? Do you think Bethesda's handling it well? I'll see you in the next video. Ninethy out. I can't lie, I feel like this quest line is pretty interesting, but this character follows the same story I've seen 3 other times in this game. It's great to see the conclusion of 10 years worth of content, and I'm very excited to see what happens next. I want to see something fresh from Bethesda. When can I access the content I've paid for? Coming soon, when I can edit it.